Hello everyone. Welcome back to Daily English Stories, the place where we explore inspiring stories together, learn English, and grow personally every day. I'm Nero, and today I'm super excited to share with you a special story, a story that could change your life in just 5 seconds. Sounds unbelievable, right? But imagine this, with only 5 seconds, you can defeat procrastination, overcome fear, and start taking action to turn your dreams into reality. Want to know what this secret is? Let's dive in right now. Have you ever felt like this? The alarm clock rings, you know you need to get up to work, study, or exercise, but then, you tell yourself, just 5 more minutes, I'm too tired today, or, it's raining, I'll do it tomorrow. And then, those 5 minutes turn into an hour, a day, or even a week. I've been there too, and I bet a lot of you are nodding along with me right now. But today, I'm going to tell you the story of a woman who completely transformed her life just by counting down 5 seconds. Who is she? Her name is Mel Robbins, a psychologist, a famous speaker, and the creator of the 5-second rule. And the best part? You can apply this secret to your own life too. Let's get started. Before we dive deeper into the story, I'd like to ask you a question. What's something you've always wanted to do but keep putting off? Drop your answers in the comments below, I'd love to read them and chat with you. Let's rewind to the days when Mel Robbins was still a college student. Mel wasn't always the successful person we see today. In fact, she used to be a chronic procrastinator. While studying at the University of Maryland, Mel was constantly warned by her school and even faced the risk of being expelled because she couldn't finish her thesis on time. She knew how important it was to complete that paper. It was her ticket to graduation, her foundation for the future. But every morning, when the alarm went off, she'd come up with every excuse to turn it off. I stayed up too late last night, I don't feel well today, or, it's raining, why go to the library and get wet? Sound familiar? I'm sure many of us have said similar things to ourselves. Mel knew procrastination was a bad habit. She understood that every time she hit the snooze button, she was sabotaging her own future. But knowing is one thing, and taking action is a completely different story. She was trapped in a cycle of laziness, self-doubt, and fear. Fear that she wasn't good enough, fear that even if she tried, she'd fail. Have you ever felt that way? When you want to do something, but the fear of failure keeps you from starting? But then, one day, everything changed. Mel happened to watch a video of a rocket launch. She saw the commander counting down, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Launch. And just like that, the rocket shot into the sky. That moment sparked something in her mind. Mel thought, why don't I try doing the same thing? Why not count down to force myself to act? The next morning, when the alarm rang, instead of turning it off like usual, Mel started counting down in her head, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and when she reached 1, she jumped out of bed instantly, giving herself no time to think or hesitate. With just 5 seconds, Mel broke her habit of lingering in bed every morning. She went to the library, started working on her thesis, and eventually finished it on time. Even better, after graduating, Mel didn't stop there. She kept using the 5-second rule in every aspect of her life, from overcoming her fear of public speaking and launching her career as a speaker, to writing books and building a successful life. In just 5 years, Mel became a professor, an entrepreneur, and the author of 3 worldwide best-selling books. It all started with one tiny moment, a 5-second countdown. So, what exactly is the 5-second rule? It's not just a trick to get out of bed. According to Mel, whenever you have an instinct to do something, whether it's something small like getting up or something big like starting a new project, You only have 5 seconds to act before your brain starts coming up with reasons to stop you. In those 5 seconds, if you don't do anything, fear, laziness, and procrastination will win. But if you count down 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 and act right away, you trick your brain, push past the mental barriers, and start. It sounds simple, but it truly has the power to change your life. What do you think of this idea? Have you ever tried counting down to push yourself to act? Give it a try today and share your results with me in the comments. But wait a second, why do we procrastinate in the first place? If the 5-second rule is so simple, why doesn't everyone do it? To answer that, let's dig a little deeper into the psychology of procrastination. Did you know that in a study from Stanford University, scientists found that our brains naturally prefer to stay in a stable state? When we face uncertainty, like starting a new job or trying something unfamiliar, our brain automatically amplifies the risks and makes us feel afraid. It tells us, don't do it, you'll fail, or, wait a bit longer, it's not the right time. And so, we procrastinate. But here's the interesting part, that fear isn't always real. It's just a natural reaction from our brain to protect us from danger. The problem is, in modern life, we're not facing real threats like being chased by a lion in prehistoric times. Yet our brain still reacts as if starting a homework assignment or making a phone call is a massive danger. The result? We hesitate, and opportunities slip away. I remember a story about a scientist from the old. Hearing Pavlov's story, I realized something. Procrastination isn't about ability, it's about determination. We often think we need more time, better conditions, or more motivation to start. But the truth is, you don't need to be 100% ready to take action. You just need to begin, and things will gradually become clearer. So how can we apply this to our lives? Think about something you're procrastinating on, maybe learning English, exercising, or writing an important email. Now, grab a clock, count down 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and start right away. Don't overthink, don't worry about the outcome. Just take that first step, and you'll be amazed at how much easier it gets. Try it right now. Pick a small task and use the 5-second rule. Then come back here and tell me what you accomplished. To show you the power of immediate action even more clearly, let me tell you a legendary story from the Bible. A group of pilgrims were on their way to a holy land, but they were stopped by a dead sea. The water was red like blood, filled with corpses and black bones, making everyone think it was impossible to cross. But then, a man named Moses bravely stepped forward. And a miracle happened. As his foot touched the water, the sea split in two, revealing a clear path. Our lives are like that too. When we hesitate, everything seems full of obstacles. But when we dare to act, the difficulties seem to vanish on their own. A more real-life story is about Cairns, a famous wrestler from 1988. During a match, he suffered a severe injury and was bedridden. Doctors told him to start a rehabilitation program, but Cairns kept putting it off. He was afraid the training wouldn't work and he'd never wrestle again. He sank into despair until one day his mother, who took care of him every day, was diagnosed with esophageal cancer. That's when Cairns decided to change. He stopped aiming for a perfect return to wrestling and focused on simply regaining the ability to care for himself. He started acting immediately, no hesitation, no waiting for ideal conditions. The result? He recovered 9 months earlier than expected and even returned to the ring. What changed him? It was the resolve to act without waiting for perfection. Through these two stories, I want to highlight one thing: we often procrastinate because we fear failure or want everything to be perfect. But the truth is, there's no such thing as a perfect moment. If you keep waiting, you'll miss your chance. Remember the words of writer Lu Nian, the difference between thinking and doing is just one word, doing. And that gap is what separates success from failure. So the next time you want to do something, don't wait for everything to be ready. Count 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 and start with what you have. Want to improve your English? Don't wait for the right time or mood, open your book and study now. Want to change your life? Don't wait for a miracle, take small steps every day. My dear friends, through the stories of Mel Robbins, Pavlov, Moses, Cairns, and so many others, we see that real power doesn't come from talent or circumstances, it comes from the decision to act. The 5-second rule isn't just a little trick, it's the key to becoming the master of your own life. As Mel Robbins once said, if you can decide to act in 5 seconds, you can become whoever you want to be. So today, I want you to try applying the 5-second rule to your life. Pick something you've been putting off, whether it's small like tidying your desk or big like starting a new project, and count down, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, then act immediately. You'll see that even one small step can lead to massive changes. And if you want to keep growing with me on this journey, don't forget to subscribe to Daily English Stories. Every week, I'll bring you inspiring stories, fun English lessons, and tips for a better life. Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss a single video. Before we say goodbye, I'd love to hear from you. What do you think is the hardest part about overcoming procrastination? And what will you use the 5-second rule for first? Leave your thoughts in the comments below, I'll read and reply to every one. If you found this video helpful, please give it a like and share it with your friends. See you in the next Daily English Stories video. Wishing you a day full of energy and action.